Hello and welcome back to All About the Cars, a little series I've been running where we look at production cars, or rather their virtual equivalents, and see how they handle the Nordschleife. Why the Nordschleife? Because it has everything. S-bends, long powerful straights, fast sweeping corners, fiddly little hairpins that seem to be at a really odd angle. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Carousel. But yes, I digress. It's also in lots and lots of games. Lots of them. So we don't have to stick with any particular one. Today we're on Forza Motorsport and we're picking two beautiful classics. Yeah, classics in different ways. So, first up we have the 1971 Plymouth Baracuda, well, commonly referred to as just the Cuda. This particular version has the 426 cubic inch or 7 litre Hemi engine. Beautiful V8. With approximately 425 horsepower, around about that. Obviously, every motor is a little bit different. Made for a classic. Has 4-speed manual transmission, so lots of stick shifting for me, and I don't believe there was any such thought of an electronic assist back in these days, so none of that shenanigans here. So this is going to be an interesting drive, particularly with old 70 suspensions and live rear axles. That'd be great fun. Shall we see what it was like on the track? Yeah, let's get busy with it. So, we start the lap with not too much tyre spin this time. I must admit, earlier ones I did floor it completely. Masses of tyre spin. Trying to be a bit more careful this time. So we're heading off down into the first section of S's. We've got a few high-speed corners with some interesting cambers, and look at the lean on this. Trust me, we did get the rear inside tyre off the ground. And probably not just once through this section. Oh, goodness. So, back end's a bit slidey. In Forza, the tyres are colder as we start. Now, I will say this though, 70 suspension does mean that these curbs do absolutely nothing to us. So, we did get to abuse some curbs around here. I mean, look at that. Right up on them. Great fun. But yeah, a lot of body roll. I have no idea if they had such a thing as anti-roll bars in this. It really didn't feel like it. So, exterior-wise, yeah, very 70s. Look at the nice wood veneer, the body roll as we try and get around this left-hand corner. It's just a very odd way of looking at life when you're that much leaning over. But generally speaking, not too bad here. I mean, yeah, it does feel a bit dated these days, but back in the 70s, no, this would have been quite nice. So let's see how we handle a nice fast left going over a crest. Yeah, that's a lot of opposite lock. That's some grass. And this is the fast lap. Oh, man. This car, not exactly the highest in terms of stability. Next challenge is, of course, this right-left-right complex. And, to be honest, took it pretty slow and steady. You kind of have to, because you're coming off a bit of a kink, riding some curbs, and the thing's unstable as heck through the braking phase. So, take it a bit steady, then brake out, getting all that mighty power down. Now, a little bit later around the lap, we've got this beautiful little kind of high-speed left-right S-bend, followed by an evil double or even triple apex corner around here. Car's still giving it the full lean. At least the tyres are warm now, so you've got actually a little bit more grip. Going through here, getting it nice, slow, steady. I figured that was actually the way, much like the Countach was. That's how you meant to drive it. The less tyre noise, the better with this. You just want that little bit of throttle it back, take it to 95%, you'll go a lot quicker. Up the hill, no problem at all. I mean, seriously, no problem at all. We were doing like 145, nearly 150 miles an hour going up there. All our horsepower, no problem. Have to really get off for that kink, but otherwise pretty decent. Carousel, we again took it steady. First couple of runs, not quite so steady, and it ended spectacularly. Now, through the forest, you can actually see what we mean by having to keep it nice and cool. See how we're not exactly pushing the car? You're not getting hard on the throttle, you want all the braking done in a straight line, you just want to keep it nice and steady. Steady is what this car wants. Gets a little bit of a slide out at the jump, and nothing. Nothing at all. Because you've got to be on the brake so early with this to get all of it done in that straight line. Because if you try cornering and braking in this, it really doesn't agree. Going into the big right-hander before the main straight, you can see we're hitting it quite nicely. Once you got the nose in, it generally drives through fairly well. Obviously don't give it too much power, otherwise you'll spin the back end up a little bit. But yeah, as we come down this little dip the other side of the bridge, 153 miles an hour. We were practically hitting the rev limiter as we're going through this section. Again, braking really early. You want early, straight line. You don't want to mess with it in the corners. The rear really doesn't like it. But as we bring it towards the line, yeah, that was quite respectable. Quite respectable indeed. I wonder how our next challenger fares. Hey! The 1997 Honda Civic. Another classic, but a classic JDM car this time. Front wheel drive, manual shift. Does it have any horsepower? It does. Not a lot, but it does. It's a nice little car, this. Again, no assists, so this is going to be a fairly even drive with regards to that. But yeah, a lot less power. Much more modern suspension, much better handling. Let's see how that goes. And we are go! Lots of wheel spin as all the weight shifts away from the front tyres on the launch, but once we're going, we'll be fine. Racing down the hill. Nice, easy, mounting the curbs. You can be really aggressive with this car, and you've got to be really aggressive with your gearing shifting as well. All the power's at the top end, so a few little squeaky locks of the brakes as we're going into a few of these corners as it unloads the tyres. But generally speaking, nice and smooth. A few of these curbs, like I say, you can really climb on top of, but it's no Plymouth Cuda, so you can't be as aggressive. You can be aggressive because it's front wheel drive, but you can't be as aggressive. Anyway, as we come out of that section, that was a lot easier and a lot smoother. Inside, and plastic, yeah, lots of 90s plastic. Can't say tasteless, but cheap. I mean, it's a fairly nice place to be. Look at it, yeah. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Dials nice and clear. Everything's in nice convenient places. It's just a bit plain. The fast right went well, as you can see. Back end got a little light, possibly a bit too aggressive. Okay, maybe more than just a touch a bit too aggressive through there. Properly hammering it, because I realised you don't have the speed on the straights. Now this section of the track, the Cuda, we took it very slow and steadily. In this, a little bit less so. We definitely made a little bit of time up in this section, but we're still missing all that horsepower. Now, here we go through this section here. We're on board this time through the left-right. Here comes the double or triple apex, depending on exactly when you catch them. Driving out here. Very nicely done. The good thing with front-wheel drive is that if it does start going a bit pear-shaped, get your foot down. It'll pull you out the corners. So, working very well for us here. Going up the hill. Now, fortunately, the gearbox left us in quite a nice gear for going up here. Up nicely in the rev range, pulling all the way up. Not going particularly quickly, but it didn't exactly struggle either. So overall, a fairly decent compromise. Got up the hill quite nice. It's nowhere near as heavy as the Baracuda, so we did alright. Next up, Carousel, of course, and yeah, nice, neat. What can you say? It did it very, very well indeed. Got on the throttle nice and early. And what can you want? Through the forest at the top of the track. Nice, easy, complex, but you can see that we are not having to mother the car at all. You can just turn in, get your foot down again. Nice. Very steady. Right, so we're going to head over to the jump. And no jump again. Again, kind of, you're wanting to get on the brakes just a little before the jump with this car, because the brakes aren't good enough to stop it after the jump. So, no real air here. Really disappointed with that. I was hoping some of these cars would get some great air off of there. Long right hand corner, nice and easy. Once you've got it in on that initial turn in, you just round and then onto this massive straight. Huge great thing. Nice and easy though. At the speed trap though, we are down quite considerably because we're only doing 142. Only 142. Mind you, we can leave the braking a lot later as well as we come into this section. Not just because we're going a bit slower, but because this thing just had better brakes. Getting it through this section. Through the final right-hander. Left a little bit of time there from that apex, but we got a good run out. And across the line. So, which did better? The Baracuda or the Civic? Well, as you can see, very, very close. Very, very close, with the Civic just losing out by about 4 seconds. Yeah, 3.5 if we want to be really picky with it. But yes, very, very good cars. Very, very different. I've got to say, if we take the average lap time from the 3 runs, the Civic would have destroyed the Plymouth Cuda. Easily destroyed it, because the Plymouth Cuda was so much harder. But on that 3rd run, we properly hooked it up and nailed lap time some 12-13 seconds faster than the other laps it did. So, brilliant cars. I would say that the Plymouth Cuda, it deserves its spot, because obviously you can drive it around that quickly. It kind of lucked out though a little bit, in the fact that on that last run I nailed it. I absolutely nailed it for that car. So anyway, that'll do us this week. We'll see you again next time, and we'll bring 2 more cars to the Nordschleife. Have fun everyone.